But honestly, I think that we've had the same exact supercars and hypercars for the last like 15 years. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenyon. All right, so today is going to be hopefully the start of a very fun project that I do look forward to building or taking as far as I could possibly get it. So quick little backstory to this. I was going to meet with a friend in Irvine, California, and the meeting fell through. And I was kind of just stuck out there and I didn't know where to go, what to do. I was looking for different options. There's a really big mall out there called the Spectrum. And then there's also a Lamborghini dealership, which actually just became a Bugatti dealership, Koenigsegg, McLaren, and Lamborghini. So it was like 4 in 1. That was pretty much right down the street from where I was going to meet my friend. And I was like, let me just go there. It sounds like more fun than hanging out at the mall right now. I got there. I saw all the cars they had out for sale. They honestly didn't have anything super cool. There was no Bugattis in stock. There was no what should we call it? Aventador SVs or SVJs. I actually think the new one was there. I think it's called the Rivolto or something. There was a Ferrari there. I forget which model, but it was definitely their newest model. Tons of McLarens and then tons of Porsches. I think supercars and hypercars are super fun to look at. I think they're extremely fun to drive. But honestly, I think that we've had the same exact supercars and hypercars for the last like 15 years. Like the current industry giants have been on top of the market for so long now, to the point where it's like you see one, especially in California, and it's almost not as exciting as it used to be, especially when I was like a kid. It used to be like, oh my gosh, there's a supercar right there, blah, blah, blah. And I think in order for this industry to like stay unique, to still have shock value whenever you see a supercar, there has to be more companies creating supercars. They have to look different. They each have to be iconic. They each have to have those crazy features that each one of them have. The bar for them has to keep going up and up. And right now, I don't think that's gonna happen. It's kind of plateauing, because what's the point of creating brand new features and spending all the money in research and development if you're already the industry king? I could be wrong on this one, but I think the whole how fast your car can go thing will eventually plateau. And people aren't really going to care about that as much as how unique the car is. So right after leaving the Lamborghini dealership, I actually went to Knott's Berry Farm to grab some food. Didn't get on any rides or anything. But I also went home and started sculpting my own like prototype supercar. So I'll show you guys that right now. It's actually kind of heavy. Let me click focus on this thing. All right, so this probably doesn't look like anything because it's pretty much just a giant pile of clay. But if you could see, it looks somewhat like a car. I don't know how to really sculpt with clay. This is probably the third thing I've ever sculpted with clay. And the first one was like a Halloween mask. The second one was a pig. So sculpting cars probably just isn't my thing. But I was like, realistically, a lot of these cars probably just started as clay sculptures. And then they, you know, added the internals or actually made it into a working prototype and then refined it from there. So I basically did my best at sculpting my first version of a supercar. I named this thing the Premline Azuri. Don't ask why, that was just the name that came into mind, so I'm sticking with it. There are no details yet. If you haven't noticed, there are no wheels, there are no windows, there's nothing like that. I just have the basic shape that I'm going for. And then I have the little three-point grill right here. I like the super aggressive look. And the goal was also to make it look like a race car, so super low. I tried to wide body the back. Yeah, this is what we got for the first sculpt. I'm gonna put this thing down because it's pretty heavy. I'm probably gonna try and sculpt a few more different versions, completely different body styles. I'm trying to explore as much as possible, different designs. I like the cars that were invented in like the 20s and the 50s. They look completely different. I know that aerodynamics wasn't the focus back then, but I think that we're going into an era where it's kind of just going to be about, oh, my car looks way cooler than yours. And it still goes super fast. I don't actually know if I'm going to finish that sculpt. I kind of just like the body style or the basic shape as is right now. So I might just leave that one, move on to the next one. And then starting out, the goal is to honestly make RC cars. Because I'm pretty sure I can turn that into a mold, either a plastic mold or make them out of fiberglass, and then add the RC electronics underneath it, and that way I could drive it around. I could probably even connect it to an app or something. And then I might try to turn the exact same body style into an electric go-kart of some sort. I think that would be super fun. And then I think the amount of money you actually need to start a car brand is pretty insane. I'm pretty sure it's well over $100 million for all the prototyping, but it's not impossible. I'm definitely just gonna go for it. I genuinely just think it'd be cool to have my own line of supercars. That way when I'm driving, people will just be like, what the heck, what is that? I don't know when that would actually happen, but I think we're young. We hopefully still have plenty of time, and we could just keep chipping away at the main goal. I don't know too much about the origins of Pagani, but I know that they use a Mercedes V12 I don't know if they still use that, but I know they started using that. And then the carbon fiber body is all custom. So yeah, I kind of think we can use them as a blueprint. I know nothing about certification. All right, so moving forward, I think I'm gonna be making a few more videos on sculpting new body styles and trying to add as many unique features as possible. That way, each one will be extremely defined. It won't look like anything that's currently out there. And then, like I said, I'm just gonna try and turn them into RC cars at first. That way I can get a chance to prototype even more. Know nothing about aerodynamics, and I know that's extremely important just for like the safety of driving a car. So eventually I'll definitely have to get someone to help me out with that kind of stuff. I'm also going to be launching apparel with the company's name on it already. I'm trying to figure out a way to make the apparel line extremely collectible, and in theory it'll only gain value as time goes, as we progress on getting these into actual turning these into actual products, whether it be the RC cars, whether it be the go-karts, or even the hypercars. I think that the people who support brands before they turn into giant conglomerates or whatever should be rewarded. So I'm gonna do my best to drop a line of collectible gear, and as stuff progresses, if it turns into a major brand, then all of this gear should be extremely valuable, extremely collectible. If people are dropping $700,000, $800,000 for a car, or even more than that, because I'm sure inflation is going to kick in by the time we start selling these, they're definitely going to be willing to spend a lot on first edition gear, whether it be apparel or collectibles, etc. So hopefully there'll be like a hunt for all this stuff. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. I want to just keep you guys in the loop on my actual thoughts of what I plan on doing. Or at least what I'm gonna attempt to do. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're not already. My name's Kenyon. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace. Just really quick, this is sculpt number 1. I'll give you guys another view in case it gets destroyed. I don't plan on destroying it, but it's clay, so you never know what could happen. I didn't spend any time on the back yet. I just kind of made a random or a super simple tail. Just goes up. I guess you can't even consider that a tail. I tried to make a wheel hole right there and then another one up here, but yeah. That's it. All right. Peace.